Hi again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Around the Town with Chuck. My name is Chuck Guglielmo, a weekly interview show where we talk with interesting people around the community. And today, making a return visit to Around the Town with Chuck is Nick Perkoski. Nick, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for inviting me.
Nice to have you here. Of course, we are taping the show on Friday, November the 17th. Nick, of course, you're newly elected council at large.
Yes.
I want to talk a lot about that.
Okay.
Before we do, I want to talk about a couple of other things.
Okay.
I want to go back another year and a half when you took an assignment in Ashtabula as principal of the St. John High School. Was that about a year and a half ago?
No, that was about 5 years ago.
5 years? Has it been 5 years?
Yes.
Well, I'm off to a good start. 5 years?
Yeah, I was principal there for 4 years.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, 2012 is when I started that school year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, wow, I did not realize that. So, I got.
And about a year and a half ago, I took the job at Corpus Christi.
Right. And we're going to talk about that too.
Yeah.
But your first year at St. John as a principal, compared to your last year, tell me the steps of progress that you felt were made at the school.
Well, the school made tremendous strides during those 5 years. When I took the position and started there, it was the first year that they moved to the Saybrook location on Depot Road. So the school was in transition. Enrollment wasn't all that great. I want to say there was 240 students in grades K through 12. So when I left there was 470 students. So
wow.
You can see that we almost doubled in size.
That is great.
Yeah. So a lot had happened in those 4 years of the move out there was just probably the best thing that the school could ever have done. Aggressive marketing. Sister Maureen Burke, who's the president of the school, she did a very aggressive marketing and getting the word out there of what great things St. John was able to do.
Where did you see that growth level in enrollment? Was it in elementary, high school, middle school, all areas?
Mainly in the grade school. We started to attract more of the younger families. Part of that was the Ed Choice and what is called the John Peterson scholarships. Those are state granted tuition programs for families that are under income. So that attracted more people to come to St. John. So that was helpful for much of that. Our high school increased a little. That was good, but we saw most of the increase in the grade school levels.
Did you find a lot of the cities and villages in the county well represented?
Yes. It's not just an Ashtabula school. Obviously, we have quite a few students from Conneaut going there right now. Actually, I'm not sure the amount, but there's a bus from Conneaut that takes kids there. Geneva, a little bit of South County. So yeah, it's well represented.
You mentioned Sister Maureen Burke
yes.
as the president of the school. So
correct.
She makes all the executive decisions.
Yeah, the main role of the president of the school is control of the finances, marketing the school. That's the major the thing that the president has is to raise funds for the school and to market the school. So that's what she did very well. But she has the last say in everything. So she's
the stamp approval.
Yeah, kind of like a superintendent type of position.
So when it would come to like canceling classes that because of weather or something,
that was always my decision.
Oh, that would be
Unfortunately, I hated making those decisions.
Oh, okay. So you had to make that decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
We usually followed what the Ashtabula City Schools did because they provided the busing for most of the kids that go there. So if Ashtabula City Schools were closed, most of our students couldn't get there anyways.
Keith Corlew has a big job there. He was there when you were there?
Yes.
And fill us in on what his role is there? He's right after Sister down the line there?
He's part of the administrative staff. I would say the principal would be next, and then, but his main role is director of enrollment. And so he's the one that goes out and tries to recruit the students. So he would be involved with all those types of activities. And so, which I don't quite remember how much there is to do and all that. But he's really good at that job, by the way. So.
And then Nick Irochi is the athletic director there. He was
the other Nick Irochi.
Yeah, Ashton Beulah Nick Irochi.
Ashton Beulah.
He's quite a guy. We had him on the
wonderful.
show.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a very compassionate guy. Very he's compassionate and passionate about sports and all that. So he's a very good guy. He's a very good role model for our students there.
Yeah, he is an amazing guy. He really is. And he's also a girls basketball coach there, along with athletic director duties.
Correct.
And classroom teacher?
No, he's not a classroom teacher.
Not a classroom teacher. Okay, and the sports programs of St. John on the line of the student enrollment has also excelled pretty well recently. I know they've had some wrestlers go to the state.
Yes. The wrestling program is very strong. So they do a wonderful job with that.
So really a school that's on the move and they're still increasing in attendance, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a great school, very good school. I miss being principal there, but I enjoy working here at the parish.
What would you say your biggest challenge was as principal at St. John?
It's a K through 12 school, so you're dealing with a range of students and a range of problems. So being principal of it was almost being principal of two different schools. So I think that was the biggest challenge. It's very time consuming. Being pulled in various directions all the time. And so that I would say that was probably the most challenging part of that.
So a K through 12 building, were they in separate wings?
Yes. At first, they were all in one section of that building because it was the old Saybrook School. Since then, 2.5 years in, they added on a whole new section, the new gym plus classroom. So that kind of separated the high school away from the grade school wing. So it's almost as if it was a different school.
So 5 years there. And now you've come to where you wanted to come, back to your hometown of Conneaut as Director of Religious Education.
Yeah. Actually 4 years there, but it was 5 years ago when I started,
And outside of wanting to come back to Conneaut, what would you say was your main reason or focus to come back to Corpus Christi Parish here in Conneaut?
Parish work is what I did most of my life. Prior to St. John, I was Director of Religious Education at a parish in Massillon, Ohio, St. Joseph's in Massillon, and I was there for 23 years.
Wow.
And in that time, I was also taught part-time at Central Catholic High School, and then part-time at Walsh University for 11 years. So I was able to do a lot of different things, plus be parish administrator, or director.
So you have grades 1 through 8 in religious education classes, and then you have a youth group.
Yes.
How's that going, being able to do both?
It's challenging because I'm trying to do everything at the same time on Sunday morning, so it's hard to be youth minister plus do the rest of the grades, oversee that. So there's a lot of activities going on. Sometimes I feel like I'm neglecting the youth group, so I need to rethink how to do that.
This is your second year with as DRE. What did you feel you needed to bring into the second year that maybe you didn't do in the first year? Anything stand out?
The first year was more or less observation, just kind of seeing how things are running, see where the strengths and weaknesses are. So one of the major things that we did this year is that we're introducing more of a parent component on a monthly basis, and your wife is the director of what we call Family Days, and she's doing a wonderful job doing that. So that's been very helpful, and it's starting to bring more parents into the building, involved with the religious education program. So we do that on a monthly basis. It's fun. We have breakfast for them. We do crafts. We do music, and we do a little lesson. So
I thought the first one went over pretty well.
Yes.
I was surprised that the music session part of it went over extremely well.
Yes.
So I was watching my 8th graders, and I wanted to see, if they were going to sing.
Yeah.
They did.
Yep.
They really did sing.
I
thought Monica
they really got
did a great
into
job.
it. Yeah, they got up clapping, and it was very good.
Yeah. Is there any changes as you go along with these family mass days that you want to do each month, or you want to keep
It's
pretty much what we've been doing?
Yeah, kind of what we've been doing. The format is pretty much staying the same. We tweak it here and there, but yeah, it's obviously there's a different theme for each gathering. So yeah, I think we're learning as we go with it. As we're tweak it as we go along. So
Now,
I think it was successful.
what about the youth group now? That's grades 9 through 12.
9 through 12, correct.
How's that going? Has that increased in attendance?
We go up and down with that. We graduated quite a few last year. Quite a few of our ones that have been there for 4 years with us. So, and it's every time that happens, a large class goes out. We have to recruit more. To come in, so to recoup that. So it's always a ebb and flow like that.
The youth group is not where you come in every Sunday and you're in the classroom environment. You do a lot of fun activities with them.
Mm-hmm.
Are these activities that you come up with, the kids come up with, or?
Kind of together. We plan out each season, like the fall season, the winter season, and then summer activities. We just sit and talk, okay, what do you guys want to do? So they come up with ideas, I come up with ideas, and we try to schedule them in there. Our Sunday morning program when we meet is very laid back, relaxed. We call it Coffee House. We normally, typically what we do is that we look at the readings for the coming Sunday, or that Sunday, and we discuss them. And also, there's a lot of social time involved in that too, so it's more fun for them, engaging for them.
I know sometimes you combine with Good Shepherd's youth group and Our Lady of Peace youth group.
Yeah.
How does that go?
It goes very well. Just recently, we did the haunted corn maze before Halloween with the Good Shepherd Lutheran youth group, and that was a good connection. We gathered first for prayer and pizza, and then we all went out to Madison to that corn maze out there, and we had a good time. And we're going to try to schedule other adventures together. And sometimes we hook up with Ashley Vila Youth Ministry Program with Our Lady of Peace there.
You also conduct a couple group sessions during the week, one in the morning and I believe one in the evening.
Yes, for adults, correct. Correct.
Give us a clue as to what those are about.
On Wednesday mornings, we have right after our morning mass. Morning mass is at 8 o'clock, so at 8:30. We have pastries and coffee, and we look at the readings for the coming Sunday, and we discuss them. So it's a good group. It's the retired folk that come to that one mainly. So it's great discussions come out of there. And then on Wednesday evenings, I teach a class for adults as well at 6 o'clock, and that's mainly it's topic driven. So we do different topics. Right now we're talking about sacraments, so we're going through the sacraments. And then I kind of let them decide what the topic's going to be next. So it's more of an interest to them instead of me coming up with things.
You're also part of the Conneaut Area Ministerial Association?
Yes,
and
I represent our parish.
How many parishes are involved in that, and what exactly is that?
Well, it's the organization of the ministers in Conneaut from the various churches. I can't tell you offhand how many churches are involved. Not all the churches are involved in it, but many of the mainline churches are involved. So it's a great way to work ecumenically together as churches for common goals, common good for the Conneaut area. So they do a lot of great stuff.
And do you meet at a different place?
Yeah. A church hosts, a different church hosts every month. So I think we're hosting in February.
And we've been doing that quite a few years now.
Yes. Yeah, both Father Miller and I are on the board.
Okay, now let's get to, first of all, where did you find the time, or where did you get the interest in entering the political field? Nick is, of course, one of our newly elected council at large here in Conneaut.
Yeah. It's something I've always wanted to do. Ever since I moved back to Conneaut 5 years ago, I thought it was a wonderful thing to be able to, first of all, to move back to my hometown. I always loved Conneaut, and it was a dream come true to actually be able to move back. So, you know, I've always loved Conneaut. I want to be involved in Conneaut in some way. And ever since I've been back, I've been on various boards. I've been on the City Planning Commission. So, you know, I've been involved in the community, and I thought this was just one more step toward in that direction. I'm certainly not a politician. Politics is not an area that I would make a career out of. But being on City Council, I think, it's a great way of really giving back to the community. You know, hopefully doing good for the community as much as I can.
Well, being on the boards had to give you a feel for experience too and wanting to do that.
Yeah.
What were some of the boards you were on? Did you say tourism?
No, I wasn't on the tourism board, but I was on, for a while I was on the Conneaut Arts Center board. And I was president of that board, kind of in an interim period there. So I did that for a while. Then I'm currently on the Conneaut Human Resource Center board. So I serve on that board. And then the City Planning Commission, which I have to go off now since I'm an elected official.
Mm-hmm. Did you watch some of the council meetings on television? Did you go to any
Every
council
now and
meetings?
then, you know, especially in the past year, I started going to council meetings just to get a feel. Once I made the decision to run, I started to go to the meetings as many as I could have got to.
How long were you contemplating this decision?
I think ever since I moved back, but when I was principal at St. John, working in Ashleyville and spending most of my time in Ashleyville, it was hard for me to even think about being able to do that. But now that I'm working in the city, at the parish, it certainly lends me more time to get involved in that way, to that capacity. Because it's going to be a lot of work.
Sure. You'll do good at it, I think.
I hope, yeah. I'm going to give it my best.
When you watched the council meetings or went to some, and you've seen the current council at work, was there anything you were saying to yourself that if I get there, I may want to change something?
I would say no. I mean, mainly what I was doing going to those meetings was learning the ropes, in a sense, learning how the council functions and all of that. Yes, certainly, there may have been some decisions that I would have questioned, but, nothing that really stands out. I think one of the things that I want to do as a councilman is to be able to listen to the people, be available to people to give me their thoughts, their ideas, their complaints, whatever it may be, that I could bring that. I represent the people. I think that's the job of a councilman, so I have to do that to the best of my ability, and the best way of doing that is listening.
Mm-hmm. Have you had any conversation with the two that are leaving, Arcaro and Roach, about the job?
Yeah, mainly John Arcaro. He's one of the ones that encouraged me to do this, as he was retiring from there. So yeah, I mean, he gave me some good pointers and good ideas and things to look at and all that. So, and I'll continually bend his ear as I go forward here.
What might be some of the things you might want to focus on?
Well, right now, one of the other things I was been more recently on is the Conneaut Comprehensive Plan meetings or committee that's coming up with the new comprehensive plan for the city. So once that passes, or once that document is available to us, it'll kind of be our guiding document for future decisions and all that. So I'm looking forward to that final draft when that comes out, and being able to help us focus on what areas of the city that we need to improve, to grow, and all of that. And so yeah, once that document is out. By the way, there is a meeting coming up. I'm going to promote this.
Sure.
It's the public forum for the comprehensive plan. So they're trying to get as many people from the Conneaut area to come to this, and this is November 28th. I'm not sure when the show's airing, but
this is going to air starting Wednesday of this week.
Okay, cool.
Or next week.
Yeah, okay. So this is Tuesday, November 28th at 6 p.m. At the Conneaut Human Resource Center. So please stop by from 6 to 8 and hear about the comprehensive plan, what the committee has done so far. Your input will help make the changes and help guide the final draft of this. So this is the second public forum that's taken place. So we want to get as many people there from the city, get their input in there, let us know what you think and all of that. So once this document is ready, it will be our guiding document as we move forward for the city.
And that is November 28th, you said?
Yeah, November 28th at 6 p.m. at the Conneaut Human Resource Center.
Nick, you said that one of the things you would want to do is have an ear open and listen to the people. How would you handle a situation, say you feel really strong about something, and then the people that you listen to are going kind of the opposite way? Now, what would you do?
I think my job as principal prepared me well for this, because in that position too, you do have to listen to you're representing parents, students, teachers. So I mean, there's different constituents in a sense, and they're not always in agreement with each other. One of the things about listening, what I've learned over the years, is that you do have to listen, and you have to be available to listen, but you also have to discern. You have to discern what's the best decision to move forward. That's going to be best for the common good. So yeah, I may have my strong opinions about something, but I certainly will listen to different sides of an argument or of anything, and discern from there, and try to make the best decision for the common good, putting my opinion aside. A lot of the times you have to.
Sure.
Because it's not about me. It's about the community.
One of the biggest ordinances the city dealt with this past year was the single trash hauler. If you were on that council and all that controversy came, do you care to share with us which way you would have gone?
It's hard for me to say exactly, because I wasn't in on any of the details of that plan, and it would be something that I would have to study if it ever came up again. Definitely, I would know it inside and out. What is the best for the common good for the community? It was put into the city's hands, or the citizens' hands, and they made a decision, and we have to respect that. They didn't want it. I don't know how well it was prepared, how well it was communicated to the people. I think sometimes communication is an issue. The full details of any plan, has to be well communicated, and in an open forum kind of way. I think we need to do a better job of that.
I think the good thing the city did there was they did end up putting it up for vote for the people to vote on it. It didn't go the city's way, but everything seems to be going fine right now.
Yeah, correct, right.
You're not the only new council at large coming in. Nick, of course, we also elected Angel Wasi. Does that help, knowing that somebody else is going to be there with you that is also coming in new?
Angel and I kind of ran together instead of against each other, because there were 6 people running for the position. So we kind of banded together because we have common values, common ideas that we. So we thought we're gonna run together, and a lot of people said don't do that because you're gonna draw votes from each other, but I think it worked for us. So
Top 2 vote getters.
yes, yeah. So it did work for us, and it's good to have, because it's good to have someone to be able to discuss things with, and kind of go back and forth, tossing ideas out. So and we're learning the ropes together. So yeah, it's good to have somebody along the way.
What kind of a relationship, if you had any, or talks with the city manager, Jim Hockaday, have you had?
I've known Jim for a while, because he had him and his wife had a student at St. John for a while when I was principal there. So I've known the family for some time now. So and I think Jim's a great guy, very knowledgeable. He has the best interest of the city, in hand. So I think he's a good city manager.
No second thoughts on joining council?
No. No.
I think you'll do great.
Yeah. It's certainly a new adventure for me in life. It's something I've most of my life has been dedicated to working to the church or school, Catholic schools. So it's just a kind of another step outside of that. But in a sense, it's the same because in both positions, as in parish ministry and school ministry, you work for the people. You work for the common good, and you serve others. And I see this just as another extension of that call that I've always felt in my life to serve others. So being a councilman, I would be serving the people of Conneaut to the best of my ability.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you'll do a great job, and we want to wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
In that. And of course, you do a great job as DRE at Corpus Christi Parish, and I think you'll do equally as well on council.
Thank you.
So congratulations and good luck to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Nick Perkoski, Director of Religious Education at Corpus Christi Parish, also soon to be Council at Large, I believe January 1st that starts.
Yes.
And so Nick Perkoski, my guest today on Around the Town with Chuck.